Hello, Robert Productions here with another LEGO review of a set that's too big to fit in my recording studio. The set here is the LEGO Ninjago Ninja Ultra Combo Mech. The set number is 71765. It has 1,104 pieces. It's got, 6 to 7 minifigures and 2 to 5 builds. But without further ado, I'm going to show you the play feature actually right now because it's really cool. Basically, you can take these out of the way, and with a snap of my fingers, wow, I have 4 different builds here. And now, before I show you how I got from a giant mech to 4 different builds, I'm gonna show you each individual build first, because that's easier to show in my studio. So the first build we have here is Cole's Driller. So you can see it rolls around perfectly fine. And you got the drillers on the front, which don't spin, like when you push it, but you can spin them manually. You got a little cockpit for Cole right there. You got lots of stickers on here. You got one here, one here, one here, one here, one here. So lots of stickers, but I like the gold elements included. And there are 2 clips for Cole's weapons. You'll notice all the ninjas have either a sword corresponding to their colors and their main weapon, which happens to be a hammer in this case. And so yeah, Cole just sits very snug in there, and there is a printed console right there for Cole to use. And yeah, this looks pretty cool, and you can just plop him in right there, shut this, and kind of drive around. But you'll also notice that there's a little bit of a gap in there, and you'll see why later. But yeah, this is kind of a good build for what it is. Now let's take a look at some of the other stuff. So here is Zane's tank, and this looks pretty cool. It does have a lot of stickers, so let me point these out first. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you have 2 right here. If my camera would just focus a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4. Those look pretty good. These can also be articulated to how you want. Each can also individually be articulated. The tank does roll on hardwood and carpet, just like that. There are some clips on the back where I did put Zane's shurikens and his sword. Yeah, looks pretty cool here. You got some little dragon clips right here, and you do have 2 cockpits, one for the Woobot, which obviously we'll take a look at later, but yeah, just sits in right there, and the other for Zane. And yeah, that looks pretty cool. Now the Woobot won't fit in there because I messed up the feet alignment. These 2 studs right here are actually for the Woobot, not studs, but tiles, And Zane does have the same printed console as Cole, and just right there. Honestly, this looks pretty snug. And it does look huge too. It's a lot bigger than I was expecting. This is quite the large tank, and it does look like it can plow through some stuff. It's fun to play around with. But that's it for Zane's tank. Next, we have Jay's jet, which this one also has a lot of stickers. One right here, one right here, one right here, one right here, and one right there. But other than that, this is a pretty cool one. You got these big ball joints right there for the wings. So these are super articulated. They just have a lot of articulation. You do have a spot for Jay, which does have 2 of those printed consoles right there. Yeah, just sits snugly right there. There are no clips, unfortunately, for Jay's weapons, so his nunchucks have to stay off, and the sword just kind of sticks out a little bit too much. You do have an engine at the back, and you do have these printed banners, 2 on each side. They're the same print, which, can be articulated just a bit to how you want. But yeah, Jay's jet is a little bit on the weaker side. I would say the 2 strongest are Zane and Kai's, and then the weakest are probably Jay's and Cole's. But it's pretty cool. Anyway, yeah, this is just a little plain jet, and yeah, you can just zip this around and stuff like that. Looks pretty cool. Yeah, now let's move on to Kai's. So here is Kai's mech, and this is it next to a random minifigure. It's actually pretty big. I have to move actually out of my regular recording space to film it because it is huge. But yeah, you do have some sweet articulation right here, and you can actually splay the legs in and out a bit. There are these poles right here which block that from happening too much. But yeah, you got articulated ankles, so you can get some cool poses. You can get some running poses and stuff like that. You got the arms, which don't have too much articulation, and the wrists barely have any right there. You can swap the sword where you want it to, but yeah, there's not too much on it. Inside, you can see there's enough space for Kai and a cockpit, and then this just kind of goes like that. Yeah, I really like the build for this, though. This looks really cool, and it just kind of fits in and looks rather nice. There aren't too many stickers on this one, only 1, 2, and 3. And then the back looks pretty good, and there are 2 clips for Kai's weapons. But yeah, this is a really well-detailed little mech here, and it is fun to, you know, kind of like jump around and slice things with the, slice things with the sword. But yeah, that's it for Kai's mech. I don't know what else to say about it other than it looks really good. Now let's take a look at the bad guy vehicle. So for the bad guy vehicle, you get this like little scuttle thing. It's kind of weird how it's made, but I kind of like it at the same time. Again, these tiles are just the extra studs right there. And yeah, you got one of the snakes in there, which you can lift this down to get easier access. Also, if you wanted to, you can put one snake right there, one snake right there, and they can both fit in. Not great, but they can fit in. Now, there are ball joints for these legs. As you can see, you can kind of get some weird poses out of this. It's just such an odd little vehicle. It's just, but I love it so much because it is so unique, and I've never seen anything something like this. It kind of reminds me of like a groundhog or something like that. I don't know, it gives kind of cool vibes. It's definitely like an armored tank thing that digs underground and stuff like that. Really provides a threat to the ninja. But we do have little stud shooters on here. I'm not going to shoot them off because I don't want to. But yeah, looks pretty good. And I love the gunmetal gray coloring and the orange and just a little bit of teal. Adds a little bit of an accent color from the back. But yeah, looks really cool. Kind of like a little scuttle thing. And yeah, I really like how this looks. And I like that you can get both figures in there if you wanted to. Or just one. But yeah, this is pretty cool. And I don't really know what else to say. It does use these new neck arms, which they've used throughout this wave in the different little mechs. And yeah, pretty cool. Now let's take a look on how you combine this thing into a mech. Not this thing, but the ninja vehicles into a mech. So let's see how these 4 totally random vehicles get combined into a mech. Now I do say all those clips that I had all their weapons on have to be removed. All the weapons do have to be removed from the clips. So like Zane's cannot be on there, Kai's and Cole's, none of those weapons can be attached. But speaking of Zane, let's start with his vehicle. How does this work? Well, first you can actually, oh no, it broke. Oh no, let me fix that real quick. First, you can actually articulate these, which just shoot out from the bottom, and you know, kind of starts to look like feet. That's a little weird. You can also separate this. Oh, interesting. And there's a really interesting building technique where these articulate to get an interesting pose and stuff like that. So that's a little odd. Now we got to take Kai's mech, which all you're going to do is detach these and flip them around, flip the ankles around completely on both legs. So we're going to do that right there. And then what we're going to do next is we're going to actually attach these clips onto here and those clips onto there, just like so. And then we're going to do the same on this one and just like that one. Hopefully you could see that. And now we got some bigger legs on the Kai mech. Sweet, looks super cool. You can flip those up. Nice. But now we got to go to the next stage, which involves Cole's vehicle. So, splits apart, just like Zane's. Now, this one always trips me up. It always gets me. I'm trying to remember how. I think you turn this like this, and you turn this like this. So, yeah. Now we have this. Now we got to do that to the other side. It really trips me up every time. I kind of forget how to do it at times. But now we have 2 little things like this. Now we turn this around. You'll see that you have these little, oh shoot, you totally can't see that. There we go. You see you have these little poles right here. They're actually little pins, and you have a little blaster right there, so they look pretty cool. But if you lift these up and attach it like that, these actually just slide in right there to give you arms for this mech on both sides. So you can just, you know, kind of attach them in like this. Just like that. Boom. Oh, that fell off. Usually it doesn't fall off. I don't know why everything's breaking in this video. Of course, during the review, everything breaks off. Next, you're going to take Jay's plane. You just got to break off the wings, which are a little bit harder to do because they are those tight ball joints. But once you get them off, they're off. And yeah, another thing fell off. I don't know why everything's breaking, but everything's breaking. Now you have this. Now you can take these, so now we got to go back to the front. You can take these, move out these arms a bit, and then you put these right on these clips, and these become just larger shoulder pads, which looks pretty cool. Now, you take this plane, you actually lift this down, and you see these two little clips right there. You're actually gonna go back to the back of the mech, and you can see right there, we're just gonna clip it on right there. Hopefully that focused right there. Then you go back to the front again, you lift that down, and then right here becomes, oh no. Okay, one thing you will know is that the head falls off very easily. Very small head. Focus, please. Thank you. And then, boom. You have a giant mech that combines all four of the ninjas. That was a very long clip because it takes a long time to put together. Well, not a very long time, but relatively long. And yeah, there we go. Now we have this awesome mech to fight off the villains. But now let's take a look at the minifigures. So here's something you'll never see me do on this channel, is 2 minifigures at a time, but I don't want to make this video too long, so let's get into it. This is Kai and Jay. Both of them have like their element outfits, which is pretty cool, where you have the accent color on the arm. The light yellow is really good on the blue, I think, and then you also get some sand blue pants, which is interesting, and then you get like the nougat colored pants there. I think these look really cool. You get the fire and lightning right there on the back, so you just get some of that, and I'll show you the back of the torso, but then you just get that and the regular weapons as well as the sword. Still the Lego Ninjago movie faces, but it works, and yeah, I'm really a fan of these minifigures. So let me show you the back of the torso. There's the back of the torso. So each of the ninjas have the same kind of style going with them, and yeah, same with Cole and Zane. They both look really good. I like Cole's printing on the torso with that like robotic heart on the bottom. Cole's is also good, and yeah, you got their same old printing, boom boom, or face printing, that is, boom boom. So yeah, that's that, but let me show you the back of the torsos. I will say all these figures look really good, but there's the back of the torsos. But yeah, all these figures look great so far. You also get a Woobot, same build as we've gotten before with the pants and that print, and yeah, it's just a Woobot, kind of like the Junkbot reference right there, but yeah, and you got the stud shooters. So for the 2 snake minifigures, you get the Cobra Mechanic and the Boa Destructor. They both look really good. There's the Mechanic one. I love the torso printing, and the face printing is really cool. But I think the Destroyer or Destructor is my favorite because the torso printing looks so good there with the armor, and the hands, it just looks so cool right there. And the inverted kind of gunmetal gray color right there, it looks so great. I love these figures, actually, and yeah, I think all these figures are great, but now let's take a look at the packaging and then my final verdict. So here are the leftover pieces. I'll give you a little upper shot. Right there, you can kind of see them. Pause the video if you would like. The standouts are obviously that translucent tile, sorry. You get a good assortment of katanas right there, and even some shurikens, an extra pair. So yeah, that's all the leftover pieces, and the sticker sheet looks like a lot, but when you're attaching them, it's not that much, like that's Jay's, that's Zane's, Kai's, Cole's, and then those are spread out, not too much. But yeah, that's it for the sticker sheet. For the box, you kind of get this new Ninjago box artwork, at least for the in-between wave artwork. On the back of the box, you get each individual one there, and then all of them combined. And yeah, I think they did a really good job of showing how it's, like 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4. I think they did a really good job with that. So yeah, I'm pretty excited how this looks. But yeah, now it's take a look at the instructions. Well, in the same shot. Wow, look at that. So it tells you how to build the set, of course, throughout the thing. And then when you get to the back, it tells you how to do it, how to put it together, because if it didn't, you'd be a little confused. But then once they do that, hold on, you get the set all built up, cool little comic artwork of it destroying that little scuttlebug thing. Then you get the sets right there of the training grounds and like the temple. Then you get all the other sets. I have this set. This one's pretty cool. Then you get the Peace Scout and the win. Yeah, that's it for the instructions. I'll take a look at my final verdict. So for my final verdict, I love this set. Now, if you want to know why I bought this set, I wasn't planning on buying it. I just thought it was this mech. I'm like, wow, cool. Another mech. Woohoo. woo. Then I saw Jangbrick's review of this mech, and I saw how it transformed from 4 vehicles into 1, and I was like, wow, I have to get this. So I bought it, and I love it. It's one of my favorite sets, I think. It's just so cool how you can take 4 different things and combine it into 1, and it's just a great set. You also get a really cool bad guy vehicle and excellent minifigures, just phenomenal minifigures. And the build is so fun to put together and to just have that ability to turn it into what you want. And I've also been experimenting. You can take off these arms if you want, because then you have these arms. You can take off these legs because you have those legs, and you can like change it so maybe Jay can fly around or something like that, or you can add certain things on, take off certain things, and it's such a good play experience. And for $90, yeah, I mean, this had over 1,000 pieces, and you get all of this. I think it's worth it. When I see this, I could see Lego selling it for $120. This looks like a Monkey Kid style mech, and it looks like it could be super overpriced, but no, it's priced at what I think is way too good. This is such a good deal. So if you like what you see, I would recommend getting this one. If you like a fun play set, I would recommend getting this, because this is just such a good set, and it's so fun to look at and play with and all that fun jazz. So yeah, A+ for me. I don't even think I have any complaints about this set, other than I wish there was some spots for weapons while they're in the mech, but that's literally not even a problem. You can find spots. So this is a great set. Anyway, that's it for this review. I will see you in my next video, and I hope you guys enjoyed this review. And if you did, please consider liking and subscribing. And I'd like to hear your guys' thoughts about this set in the comments below. Are you gonna get it? Because I would recommend it, even if you don't like Ninjago. I'm not a big fan of Ninjago, but I still got it. So yeah, I just really enjoyed this set. And so yeah, that's it for this video. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace out. Bye.